Hey Capricorn, welcome back, and anyone that's new, welcome here. All are welcome. All right, my lovely Caps. As you know, before I got on, I meditated on you beautiful Capricorns. And in the meditation, I got something very specific. This may resonate for maybe one or two of you out there, but I definitely got it. It was ramen noodles, not the ramen noodles that you get at the store, but you go to a Vietnamese restaurant and you have this big bowl of ramen. So I don't know if that's something you did recently. Maybe that's something you would like to do. Maybe it's actually something you made at home, right? There could be something like that. And then it really had me focus on the broth as well. Okay, because broth can be very, really good for the immunity. So as I was focusing more on the broth, my nose kind of felt like it was starting to run a little bit. So I don't know if you were coming down with something, like maybe a cold or something, or you have kids and your kids came down with something and you gave them broth, or you had some form of broth. So there's something going on with that. Okay, so that's not going to resonate for everybody, but I'm definitely receiving that. Okay. Then I also got something around singing bowls, okay? There was something around singing bowls. So some of you may have listened to a meditation where there was some form of singing bowls in that meditation, okay? Maybe it was very healing, okay, for your chakra or your chakras. But I also got something where maybe it's something that you do, okay? But I definitely got that. So maybe it's also a form or a message out there for you that if you're feeling like you need some form of tunement or realignment or something, that could also be help with healing, okay? So I definitely received that. All right, so that's what I got in the meditation. If it resonates, fantastic. If not, just dismiss it and let's get into this reading. All right. Also, I'm still doing $35 personal readings this week. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, please go to the drop down box below and email me. Also, I do long distance energy healing. So if you would like to do that, that's $100 for a 30-minute session. If you would like to do that with me, please go to the drop down box below and email me as well. All right, let's get going, my loves. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is a general reading. Also, energies can be reversed. I could be talking to a cross watcher. Also, my readings are timeless, so what's for you, it will find you. All right, my loves, let's do this. Universal God and Spirit guides, please let me be a clear channel for the collective of Capricorn. Thank you. All right. Let's see what comes out, my loves, for you today. I feel like you're getting a lot more clearer, like internally. Maybe you've done a lot of meditation, realignment. I just got detox. Like maybe one or two of you are doing a detox. Okay. Let's see what else is coming out. Let's see what we have, please. What do we have for Capricorn, please? What do we have for Capricorn? Capricorn, please. What do we have for Capricorn? Balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. That's where I was feeling the clearing, like you're balancing some things out here. Let's see. What else do we have, please, for my lovely Capricorns? What else do we have for Capricorn? It's not coming up. Death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. Okay. So what I'm getting here is balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. You're getting some form of balance, realignment, maybe within yourself, but also externally. So maybe you're like, okay, I need to find some form of balance in my life, right? So whether that's like balancing out work life, personal life, just bringing that state of balance is very helpful, very beneficial, and you're doing so without judgment. Maybe you are someone that had a hard time slowing down, okay? For some of you, maybe you're like, hey, I've got to work, I've got to do this, I gotta just do, right? Which is, you know, very masculine energy. But now you're trying to have that balance in your life, and you're doing so without judgment towards yourself and all of that, which is great. And this death, I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings, is like, well, one door closes, another one opens. And there's always a silver lining to some form of ending, okay? So you're learning that there's some form of beginning in this ending or several endings that you've had, right? I'm also getting this death card. When I look at the death, I feel like I get this death and rebirth process. So some of you could have gone through a death and rebirth process as well. All right, we're going to pull another oracle card and see what comes out. What else do we have? Wow, you are good enough. I'm going to pull another one. That one came out fast. Okay. You are good enough, baby. Capricorn. What else do we have for Capricorn? A personal issue reaches resolution. Okay. So there's something internal going on here. It could be something around your confidence, your worth. Something on the lines of that. Now, we'll get into this reading, but Spirit definitely wanted you to know you are good enough, okay? And this personal issue is definitely reaching some form of resolution. Maybe that's what I was saying, like something internally going on here. You're doing a lot of healing for some of you. Realignment, balance. I was also getting something that just came through. Some of you, I wouldn't say seeking validation externally. Maybe that's something you've done, okay? But I feel like some of you may have, when I look at this card, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Like I said, some of you may have constantly felt like you had to constantly work, or just constantly do something in order to fill some form of void within yourself, okay? There's something like that. To feel like you had some form of validation or to know that you are good enough. But I feel like you're now like completely switched up on that, and you're realizing that having a balance is the most important thing, and that you are good enough as you are right now, and not needing anything externally to validate that. Okay, so I'm definitely getting that. Wow, there's a lot of messages coming through for you today. Let's pull overall energy first and see what comes out. What do we have for the overall energy for Capricorn? Overall energy for Capricorn. 10 of Swords. This is where I was going with death. I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. Overall energy, lots of endings happening, or an ending specifically, okay, for the overall energy. Now, I feel like a lot of you have gone through a death and rebirth process, and I'm getting that for the overall energy, especially with this 10 of Swords. Maybe you felt like there was a lot of betrayals going on, okay? Or someone betrayed you in some way, shape, or form. What I'm truly getting, though, is that this death and rebirth process, and the fact that these endings of some sort, have really tapped into your pain, but your pain is turning into power, okay? So that's beautiful. Let's go to the past. I just heard turning up the volume. Like, it's almost like you turn that pain into power, just turning up that volume. And then maybe some of you turned up that volume to some form of music is what I'm getting to. Let's go to the past. Eight of Swords, or Eight of Wands, sorry. Eight of Wands, something fast may have came in, or something fast may have left your life in the past. I'm also getting something around communication with somebody here in the past, maybe with someone specifically, someone significantly as well. I'm definitely getting something here with the Eight of Wands. Maybe you did some form of traveling, or there's something around that traveling in the past. You traveled somewhere, maybe you're like, hey, I gotta go on a vacation. Something going on with that. I'm also receiving, for a select few of you with this Eight of Wands, you've gotten some form of universal confirmation in some way here in the past, maybe by angel numbers, or by some form of synchronicities going on in your life. You are wide awake, I will say that, Capricorn. That's what's coming through. Let's go to the current energy. What's the current energy for Capricorn? Page of Pentacles. So I feel like you are in this process of learning a lot of new things going on. Okay, so currently you're like, I'm learning. Okay, so for a select few of you, you do have a child or children. I'm definitely receiving that. That's not for everybody, but I'm definitely receiving that. I definitely am getting with the Page of Pentacles as well for the current energy that you're definitely implementing something here currently. Maybe you're like, hey, I really feel like I need to like go back to school, take a class or a course of something, or what I've learned, you're implementing. That's what I'm getting. Let's go to the outside energy. Outside energy for Capricorn. There it is. Knight of Wands. Yeah. Some of you are dealing with a fire sign. That doesn't have to resonate for everybody, but some of you are. Now, this outside energy, I'm going to be 100% honest. Somebody is definitely showing up as player-like, someone that's very in and out of your life, non-committal, someone that's just like, I'm out here just to have some fun. Be careful of that if that's not what you want, right? I truly feel like I heard you feel like someone's taken an advantage of you in some way. For some of you is what I'm getting, okay? There's a flighty energy here. I'm definitely receiving that. I also see you going towards something very passionately, right? I feel like you have a passion towards something that you've learned, that you love, right? Something that could have involved some form of ending and death and rebirth process, and you really dove into something, right? And now you're trying to implement it, and you're going towards it very passionately, right? Very carefree, very passionate. I'm going towards this. No ands, if, or buts, basically, is also what I'm getting. Let's go to the challenge. Five of Swords. You got some jealous people around you, I feel like, for some reason. Some of you, there's something around jealousy. That could be what's challenging. I heard some of you could be feeling defeated in some way, shape, or form. I'm also getting for the challenge for you as well is that some of you may feel like you kind of have to protect yourself because of some form of endings in your life. Some of you feel like that's the case, and so you're kind of like maybe resistant to getting close for some of you. There's something like that going on. But for some of you, I feel like the challenge here is that people may be underestimating you, or in some way, shape, or form, they're just jealous. Someone needs to hear that. Let's go to what you're not aware of. What are you not aware of? What is Capricorn not aware of? Strength. You can overcome this. I don't think you understand how powerful you truly are, Capricorn, with this Strength card. This is the one card that can overcome so much, right? So overcoming challenges, endings, a personal issue. Maybe it's the fact that the confidence part, or you've really switched up. You've really switched up, and I'm getting that. And I feel like in a good way you've switched up. There's definitely been a death and rebirth process here. And I feel like with the strength card, what you're not aware of is that like you truly are very powerful. You have all the strength and the courage within yourself to do something here. To even overcome these endings. To realize the silver lining in all of it. Let people do what they have to do. Let people talk. Let people hate. If they're jealous, you know your true self. Okay, let's go to the possible outcome. What's the possible outcome for Capricorn? The Emperor. So taking action and being disciplined for some of you, maybe that's something you're doing here. Taking action, being disciplined. It could also be that there's a very masculine energy that's coming in here for the possible outcome. So we'll see. All right, so I'm going to clarify and then I'll pull advice and see what comes out. Let's do this. Why the 10 of Swords? Why the 10 of Swords, please? Temperance, Ace of Swords. Wow, the Sun. 2 major arcanas out, and we have the Ace of Swords, which is a new beginning for the overall energy. This is where I feel like you've definitely gone through a death and rebirth process, maybe more than one time, okay? I see this as someone who is definitely getting into balance, getting into alignment, getting a lot of clarity, going towards their own happiness. This is where I'm getting you are connecting more to your spirit guides. So some of you are definitely doing those meditations, or there's something around singing bowls. So I don't know if you're listening to a meditation with singing bowls, or you kind of, use singing bowls for some of you. But there's definitely this alignment. There's a lot of clarity, mental clarity. A lot of truth. I heard you are the truth. Okay, so that's beautiful. And the happiest card on the deck came out. You have definitely turned some form of pain into power. You've turned up. Capricorn, you've turned up and you've turned some form of pain into power. And it's so beautiful. Because this is beautiful to me. After seeing this, yes. You've turned up. Let's go to the 8 of Wands for the past. Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Swords, 8 of Swords. So yeah, there's definitely been some form of like mental imprisonment in a sense here, feeling stuck in the mind. I do feel like the Wheel of Fortune is like destined and fated, okay? I'm definitely getting that. This Knight of Swords is, I don't know if you've connected to somebody here in the past, but for some of you, you have, and this person is definitely very, very logical, very analytical, but someone who came in possibly without some form of, emotions, and it was more like direct and maybe some form of anger. So I'm not sure who you dealt with here in the past, but some of you dealt with somebody that had a lot of anger, maybe a lot of frustration. I feel like the universe is really, really trying to speak to you, maybe through words, patterns, numbers. And I'm also getting 8. So maybe you've seen 888 somewhere, or 8's your favorite number. 8 is infinity and eternity. So I'm definitely getting that. There's something around waiting on divine timing as well, okay? About getting out of your head. Something around getting out of your head. This is a personal issue, I feel like. Let's go to the Page of Pentacles. Why the Page of Pentacles? Why the Page of Pentacles for Capricorn? 7 of Pentacles, World, 9 of Wands. Yeah, you've been through a lot. You are the wounded warrior. You're learning something here and you're implementing something into this new cycle, okay? Some of you did some form of traveling. Maybe it was for work, or it's just like, hey, I want to go on a vacation. I did some form of traveling. Maybe you're trying to do something where you can travel. I see you really definitely doing a lot of planting your seeds into something. So on the external, this could be planting your seeds into a creative project, a job of some sort. Like I said, I feel like some of you are implementing something here, okay? There's this new cycle. I feel like you are very resilient towards this, okay? There's something you're being pretty resilient about. And I feel like you've definitely been somebody that's gone through a lot. Yeah, you're trying to master something. You feel confident about this. I also see a little bit of a hesitancy towards this as well with the 9 of Wands, okay? This is where you are good enough comes in to play here. Some of you need to see that. Let's go to the Knight of Wands for the outside energy. Why the Knight of Wands? 10 of Pentacles, Justice, Judgment. Wow. I feel like there's some form of abundance coming in for some of you. Maybe some of you had a divorce, okay? Some of you had a divorce, or there was something around, there's something around justice as the legal system. So maybe you're getting, okay. Some of you are getting some form of check from the government. That's very specific, so that may resonate for maybe 1 or 2 of you. You're getting something back. Maybe that's owed to you. Could even be just a bill or something. There's something very specific about this. Yeah, there's something like that going on. I'm also getting for some of you, like, there could be this person that I was just talking about who's very in and out, very player-like energy, non-committal, but this person wants to commit to you with the 10 of Pentacles. I feel like there is something around karmic energy in some way, shape, or form around this person for some of you. Let's go to the 5 of Swords for the challenge. Why the 5 of Swords? The High Priestess, 7 of Wands, the Hermit. Wow, 2 major arcanas here. 2 very spiritual cards here too. Okay. So what I'm truly getting here for the challenge is like, okay, you're standing up to these people that may be extremely jealous of you, because I do feel like somehow, Capricorn, you're making some people jealous, okay? Some of you know why. Maybe they are hating on the fact that, you know, you've changed a lot for some of you. You've had a death and rebirth process over and over again. But I'm also getting the challenge here is that you may be resisting the power that you even have within yourself, because you may be doubting yourself with that 8 of Swords here in the past. This is why You Are Good Enough just flew out. This flew out because it's like, do you realize how powerful you are? You have a lot of spiritual wisdom, knowledge, very good intuition, but there's this resistant energy here. Let's go to the Strength card for what you're not aware of. Why the Strength card? Yeah, Knight of Cups, 7 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles. Releasing any type of confusion, okay? Getting out of this state of confusion, emotional confusion, and also getting to this place of emotional independence, having this confidence within yourself, and staying in the present moment is what I'm truly getting as well. Some of you are having a hard time doing that, is what I'm getting. Let's go to the Emperor. Why the Emperor, please, for the possible outcome? Why the Emperor? Strength card. Three of Cups, Page of Cups. Somebody may be coming in to apologize, or there's going to be some form of love message being sent to you. So some of you may be receiving an apology from a friend or friends. Maybe they haven't been as supportive. There could be something on the lines of that. I'm also getting like you are going to, for the possible outcome, maybe, you know, have some form of balance in your life. Like I said, some of you may have felt like, hey, I got to work, or do this. And now you're finding that balance. So you're spending time with some form of friendships. But there could be somebody coming in specifically, sending some form of love message to you. Could be a friend or someone very specific. But this is also overcoming something within self as well, as what I'm getting. I feel like there's something around you are allowing yourself to enjoy yourself more. And that's where you're finding that balance, where you're allowing yourself to play, have fun, and not be so serious for some of you. I'm getting that. All right, let's go to advice. What advice do you have for Capricorn? The Devil. Knight of Cups. Four of Swords. Page of Swords. Perspective is important. And getting out of that head is going to be important. There's something around your perspective. So the one card that overcomes the Devil is the Strength card, and this is in the possible outcome. Advice is to stray away from that energy of the Devil, whether that's toxic connections for some of you, lower vibrational energies, things that are going to throw you out of balance, okay? To go towards this creative energy, this creative endeavor to heal. Some of you definitely, there's something about taking a break. There's also this energy where maybe you do something online, okay? Something online for some of you. I'm also getting somebody may have some form of miscommunication with you. That's very specific. But there's something around this advice where it's like stay away from anything that's lower vibrational, right? Or work on some things that maybe mentally that are lower vibrational. Telling yourself like, hey, I'm not good enough, or be very cautious of what you're thinking, what you're saying, and what you're believing, okay? I want to pull a Mindful Masters card and see what comes out. What do we have, please? What do we have for my lovely Capricorns? What do we have for Capricorn, please? Self-appreciation. I will find a moment throughout the day that I can dedicate to myself. Find a comfortable space and bring a pen and paper. I will write a letter of appreciation to myself where I will pour love into who I am and all that I do. You are so worthy, okay? I truly hope this helped, and I hope this resonated with you guys. I will see you guys next time. I love you so much. One love and namaste. Mwah.